Hello everybody. Today in this session we'll discuss the chapter organizational market and organizational buying behavior. And in like as I said, today we'll discuss organizational market and organizational buying behavior. So in this chapter, basically our learning objectives is to understand the concept of organizational buying. Then we'll understand the difference between organizational market and consumer market. Then thirdly, we'll understand the classification of organizational market. Then we'll also understand factors influencing organizational buying. Then we'll discuss participants in the organizational buying. Then finally, stages of organizational buying. So these are the some area we are going to discuss. This is basically our chapter outline. Now based on this, I am telling you some question. This question answer we are going to address throughout this session. First question, like what do you understand by organizational buying? Discuss the difference between organizational market and consumer market. Discuss classifications or types of organizational market. Discuss the factors influencing organizational buying. Discuss different participants in organizational buying. Critically examine the stages of organizational buying. So these are the some questions, and I will be going to address the answer of this question. Now first we'll discuss the concept of organizational buying. So there here I said the question that what do you understand by organizational buying? So if we talk about the organizational buying refers to the buying by a particular organization or firms or by a company. Now organization purchase products for different users purpose, and organization buying includes starting from the paper, pencil to heavy machineries, and it's depend on the nature of the organization. Now if we take example of any production oriented company, like companies doing business in the fast moving consumer goods sector. Fast moving consumer goods includes like soap, detergent, salt, shampoo. Okay, so there what kind of goods a organization may buy? Machineries to produce, then paper, pencil, computer for office use, then chair, table. Like these things can be purchased. More specifically, if you talk about a school will be focusing on purchasing of bench, then chair, table for teachers. So this is how we can understand the concept and nature of the organizational buying. Next we'll discuss the difference between the organizational market and consumer market. Discuss the difference between organizational market and consumer market. Now there are some bases. On this basis, I have created the difference. The bases are like time of purchase process, the number of buyers, quantity of products, then finally segmentation. Now there are two market, organization market and consumer market. Now for consumer market, I would like to tell that consumer market consists of the consumer and customers, and organizational market consists of different companies or firms purchase process. Now the basis of difference is time of purchase process. Now in case of organizational market, organizational buying will take much time. Much time means it will be requiring a lengthy period. That's why the time of purchase process is more. Purchase time involvement in case of organizational buying is more. But in case of consumer market, for consumer buying process, consumer spend less time, because consumer purchase in less quantity for family, personal and household purpose. So the time involved in the purchase process are less for the consumer market. The number of buyer. In case of organizational market, number of buyer are few or very less in number. But in case of consumer market, number of buyers are large, because every consumer purchase products. So the number of buyers in the consumer market are higher or very large. Then quantity of product. Quantity required by the organization are higher, because when an organization purchase product, organization purchase in bulk quantity. Bulk quantity means in larger volume organization purchase. But in case of consumer market, the quantity of product required are lower. Lower means consumer may purchase 1 unit, 2 unit, maximum 3 unit of a product. But in case of organizational buying, the quantity required will be high. Say for example, one company purchasing pen and paper. Okay, so a consumer can purchase 3-4 pen, but when organization will purchase, they may purchase in bulk quantity, huge numbers, because they need to give pen to all employees. So if there are 100 employees, so 100 pen, or 500 employees, 500 pen, like this. Then another basis, important basis is segmentation. On the basis of segmentation also, difference between the organization market and consumer market exists. Like segmentation base for the organization market are purchasing approaches, then situational factors and operating variables. These are the segmentation base. Now purchasing approach, basically the approach which firms adopt policy with regards to the purchase. Then the situational factors like machine breakdown, or new product, new machinery is required, new company wants to expand business. That will depend on the company's condition and nature of the product. That will influence the organizational buying. Then operating variables like things required in the operation purpose. Like it can be a computer, it can be generator. Okay, any product or service which are under use on daily basis. So on this basis also organization can purchase. Now in case of consumer market, this segmentation base are different. These are geographic, demographic and psychographic. Based on the geographic location, consumer may purchase product. Like geographic location means like if you talk about the India, in Jammu and Kashmir, maximum time climatic condition are different from the other part of India. Cold, winter exists, then due to the cold they need woolen goods more, jackets. So demand for this kind of room heaters, so demand for this kind of products are much in Jammu and Kashmir over whole year. But if we talk about the region like Delhi, Rajasthan, MP, during the summer time, demand for AC machine, air cooler, cold drinks, ice cream increase very rapidly. Then demography basically is a study of branch of demography is a branch of sociology which study the characteristics of human population like age, gender, occupation, income, lifestyle. So based on this also consumer market can be segmented. Like age, consumer group like infant. So if we talk about the Johnson & Johnson is targeting to the infant group. Then school children, there are companies like bag, school bag, shoes, then books, notebook, pen, toys, then entertainment. Like this, it can be segmented. Then psychographic means the psychological characteristics of the human being like motivation, learning, personality. Based on this also consumer market can be segmented. Like personality, based on the personality also, like in two-wheeler industry you will see Royal Enfield, and if you compare Royal Enfield with any other two-wheelers like Pulsar or Splendor, so you will see the person who are using these two-wheelers, their personality and economic status are different. So these are basically the psychological factors. These things will go in detail in a chapter called market segmentation. So that time we'll discuss in detail, but in a nutshell now, you can keep in mind that the organizational market and consumer market can be differentiated on this 4 bases. These are time of purchase process, number of buyers, quantity of products, and based on segmentation. So there is a clear difference are given. Next, we will move to the types of organizational buying. Okay, in the types of organizational buying, we'll discuss first situation and situational factors. Now here, every organization have a purchase department, or it is also known as procurement department. So buying is essential for every organization. So based on the condition exist in a firm, companies need to buy regular basis, and some conditional factors are there. Based on that conditional factors also companies need to continue with the buying process. So in this scenario, there are 3 types of organizational buying. I repeat, 3 types of organizational buying. These are new task, state rebuy, and modified rebuy. New task involves purchasing a product or availing a service for the first time. State rebuy involves the buying process where companies are repeating a old purchase order. Buying a product for second time, third time can be referred as a state rebuy. Giving the earlier order repeatedly without having any change are known as state rebuy. Then modified rebuy. Modified rebuy includes the buying process where with some modification repeat order are given for the purchase process. Like a firm have purchased earlier. So in the earlier purchase, company did some modification in terms of product specification or quantity or slightly changes are there. So with that changes, company have given another order. So this kind of buying are known as modified rebuy. So again, I am just giving you the summary. New task involve the purchasing a product by a firm for the first time. First time buying is known as new task. And state rebuy, repeating a earlier order same as it is. Then modified rebuy involves the process where company just repeat, with some modification repeat the earlier order. Modification can be in terms of quantity, quality, time of delivery. Okay, in any area. So these are three types of organizational buying. Next, we will go through the classification of organizational market. In the classification of organizational market, we will go through four types of organizational market. These are producer market, reseller market, government market, and institutional market. Now I will discuss producer market first. Producer market are the market where producer purchase products not to sell to the customer directly, but to include it in producing a final product. What I said, the producer purchase a product to include it in the final product produced by them. Now there are three types of three types of there in the producer market. These are original equipment manufacturer. Now first I will give you one example of the producer market. If we think about the biscuit manufacturing company, or sorry, biscuit producing company, now they purchase milk, wheat, then sugar from other farm, not to sell directly to the customer, but they use this to process product like biscuit, cookies, etc. And they sell like bread, and they sell biscuit, breads, cookies as a finished product into the market. And I was telling about the three types of producer market. Number one is original equipment manufacturer. Original equipment manufacturer are those manufacturers who basically produce the final product, complete final product. For example, two-wheeler companies or four-wheeler companies, they do use tire produced by other tire producing company, like Hero two-wheeler, they are using MRF tire. This is just an example. So here Hero two-wheeler is the original equipment manufacturer. Like a personal car, they use seat belt, then mirror, then music system, then seat cover. These things are being produced by other firms. But in this case, the personal car manufacturing companies are the original equipment manufacturer. Then another category is industrial dealer. Industrial dealer are those intermediaries who purchase the product and sell this to other. Then user also another category in the producer market. User they do purchase a finished product and they use it to produce another product. For example, welding machine, gas cutter, like this product are being used by the like carpenters or other professional person to produce another product. So these are known as user. So in the producer market there are three types: original equipment manufacturer, industrial dealer, and user. So these constitute the producer market. Then next we'll talk about the reseller market. Reseller market are the market where intermediaries just resell the goods and service to other. For example, wholesaler, retailer, these are example of the reseller market. Reseller just earn a percentage of the profit and they do not do anything with the product. Reseller market are the market through which product are being sold to other middlemen or to the customers directly without having any change in the product. For example, retailer, wholesaler, distributor, stockist, super stockist. Then we'll talk about the government market. Government market constitute the government sector, or government market includes the government sector, state government, central government. Now if we talk about the government organization, that spread like from the village panchayat, then municipal corporation, then district, subdivision, district, state, then central. So you can see that how vast it is. So if government purchase, then how much quantity of goods they need to purchase and what are the market size. If we talk about the purchase at the village panchayat level, then subdivision level, district level, then state level, then central level. So these basically are the area of the government market. And government also purchase different goods for their uses. Then last one is institutional market. Institutional market involves government as well as private institutions. Government institutions like school, college, hospital, they also do purchase. Similarly, private institutions like private school, private hospital, nursing home, then private universities, private college. So all these organizations need do purchase. Okay, so these constitute the institutional market. Now here broadly we have categorized organizational market into 4 types. These are producer market, reseller market, government market, and institutional market. Producer market are the market where producer purchase goods for their uses purpose. Then reseller, they resell the goods to other. Government market, government purchase for their uses from village panchayat to central, for central government. Then institutional market involves private institution as well as government institutions. Now we'll discuss factors influencing organizational buying. Now in factors influencing organizational buying, there are 4 factors influence the organizational buying. These are like environmental factors or force, environmental force or factors. Environmental force or factors, like here we need to talk about the environment. Like that day in the marketing environment, we are discussing farm having internal environment, external environment. So these environmental forces influence the organizational buying. That may be internal environment or external environment. Now if you talk about the external environment, that includes micro environment, macro environment. Micro environment consists of suppliers, distributors or intermediaries, then customers. And macro environmental factors consist of technological factor, legal, political, economic, socio-cultural factors. Now see, one example I am giving. Due to the technological advancement, all banks have adopted ATM machines. So this is a environmental factors, environmental force, which have influenced the banking buying process to purchase the ATM machine. So this is how environmental forces or factors influence the organizational buying. Next we'll talk about the organizational force or factors. Organizational force, like organizational internal factors, organizational policy, guideline, mission, vision statements. This may also influence the organizational buying, like organizational policies, guidelines, then mission, vision. That includes merchandising policy, branding policy, pricing strategy. So these things also influences organizational buying. The next factor is social or group force or factors. Social factors, like a company when doing business, they need to obey the social guidelines. Now the person who represent the company, they are also living in the society. So there are some social factors, force, which influence the organizational buying, like focusing on environment friendly packaging, okay, or producing environment friendly product. The next, personal or individual force. Now this is very important factors which influence the organizational buying. Every organization is basically run by the individuals or personnel, and every personal characteristics are different. Characteristics of the personal traits, and these personal characteristics or traits influence very highly the organizational buying process, because the person involved in the purchase process, their expertise, their knowledge, experience with regards to the particular buying influence the organizational buying. Next we'll discuss about the participants in the organizational buying. So there are few participants in the organizational buying. These are like initiator. Initiator is the person who initiate the buying process. Initiator is the person who initiate the organizational buying process. Say for example, from accounts department. Accounts department have recommended a software to manage the accounts for a particular firm. So their influencer is the person or department who influence the buying process. So here HR or purchase department or production department employees may be the influencer. Then user. In this case, user are the person or department who use the product. So if accounts department recommended a software to purchase, in that case accounts department will be the user. The decider. Decider is the person who actually decide the organizational buying, taking decision about the organizational buying, like what to purchase, how much to purchase, what specification of goods need to be purchased, like this, scrutinizing and decision are taken by the decider. Then approver are the person who basically approves the buying decision in the organizational buying. Approving authority. Every organization purchase process go through a proper channel, and finally the approver, the higher authority, gives the approval for the organizational buying, focusing on the organizational purchase budget. Then buyer are the person who basically purchase the goods on behalf of the organization. Buyer are involved with the purchase department or procurement department of the organization. And finally, gatekeeper. Gatekeeper are the person who basically control the flow of information inside and outside the organization. These person are like receptionist, then telecaller or gatekeeper. Now what they do, they control the information. Sometimes they do not give permission to the salesman to enter into the organization. So they control the flow of information inside, outside the organization. So they also play a very vital role in the organizational buying. Now we'll discuss organizational buying process or stages of organizational buying. Here question may comes that explain the organizational buying process or discuss the stages of organizational buying. Now the organizational buying basically consists of different stage or different steps. First step is problem recognition. Problem recognition is a stage where firms, employees are identifying the problem of the buying or need of the buying. Like due to a machine breakdown, they need to purchase a new machine. Or for any other reason, there is a need to purchase a product. So after recognition, then general description of the need takes place. Analyzing that the need are identified are authentic or not. Okay, about the feasibility of the problem. So if it is feasible, then general description of the need are decided. Like how much quantity need to buy, then what quality. A brief description of the need are identified in this stage. Then third is product specification. In this stage, product specification are decided. Now this is very important stage. In this stage, companies, people, they decide the what specification of goods they require. Like if it is a school buying bench, so what will be the length, breadth, okay, size of the bench. So like this specification will be decided. Then supplier search. In the supplier search, company or firms will look for the supplier who can supply them these goods. They may release tender or looks for quotation. Then value analysis. Value analysis is another very vital step. Here, value analysis are done. In the value analysis, companies' employees focus on how to reduce the cost. Reducing cost and getting a quality product. Cost benefit analysis, like if companies spend this much of amount for a product, what quality of product they are getting. So quality and the money, these are done, these analyses are done in the value analysis. value for money. Then vendor analysis. After this, companies will do the vendor analysis. Vendor analysis means supplier analysis. Who will be supplying the goods? In this process, sometimes happens that the company or the supplier who have given the lowest rate, they get the deal, or they earn the deal. Then order routine specification. In the order routine specification, it is decided that like how much order will be given, then when that order should be delivered, and in the first delivery how much quantity will be delivered, then second, third, there will be a complete routine about the order given. Okay, order given time, then order delivery time. Like this, one order routine specification will be prepared. Then multiple sourcing. Multiple sourcing is basically done by many companies. At the same time, company procure material from different suppliers. Because when a company requires a product, they may procure from different supplier at the same time, and through this they can get different benefits also. Then finally, performance review. The performance review is also necessary to conduct by the company's purchase department. Like after purchasing the product, there should be a review on the product performance. Like what product they have purchased, how it is performing. So quality was good, or what specification of product company is looking in, that is giving good service or not. So like this, performance review are done in the final stage. So these are the some steps which a company need to follow in the organizational buying. These are like problem recognition, general description of need, then product specification, supplier search, value analysis, vendor analysis, order routing specification, multiple sourcing, then finally performance review. Performance review. See, now you can see the performance review. This is the last stage. Thank you everyone.